everyone. Welcome to What I Listened to This week. This is Melanie. We're back with another episode with Sergio and Erik. Excited to be here. Excited to listen to some music. Before we get into our listening, though, we're going to, of course, start with a nice icebreaker. Today's icebreaker is, what is your kind of pump-up song, right? So this could be a song that you listen to, you know, when you're at the gym and you really need that extra push, or you've got like a big meeting or a presentation. I was thinking about The Office the other day and watching an episode, and there's an episode where Dwight is like in his car listening to this metal band, and that's how he like pumps himself up for a sales call that he has to do. So that's how I thought of it. So that's sort of where this came from. But yeah, anything that really like gets you amped, gets you pumped up, puts you in a good mood, or makes you feel like really confident. So, Erik, you said you had one, so I'm going to start with you.
Okay. It's funny. I started listening to this song because they used to play it in front of movies, and I probably see more movies than most people. So I was hearing it every week, and it just sort of just got under my skin. So now it's like my pump-up song. And it's Feel It Still by Portugal the Man.
Oh, cool. I like that.
And you can sort of, you can play with it. You can... Aaron Paul in the commercials that they used to show was on a treadmill, and he's like dancing with it. So if I'm on a track or something, or do it, or if I need an extra pump, and I hear that, it's like, yeah, nice. I can do it. But yeah, that's my song.
I like it. So you said they play it before movies? Was it like a commercial that they
It was a commercial.
Oh,
it was
okay.
a Pepsi commercial, I believe.
Okay. Cool. Man, good for Portugal the Man getting a Pepsi commercial.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I mean, like, that's their song. They have one hit, and they're, like, playing it all the time. And they still play it, like, way too much, but I love it, so it's okay.
Yeah. I think it's them. They do a song with Weird Al, but it's, like, Weird Al singing, like, seriously. It's really good. It's actually really, really good. We'll send it around in the chat. Okay, cool. Sergio, what's your pump-up song?
Too many. I think my go-to is Party Hard by Andrew WK.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
This is party metal. Came out, I don't know, 2000-ish, maybe. The album is called I Get Wet. And I did a music video to this when I was in high school.
Oh, my God.
And it's on my Facebook page.
Can you...
Anyone can
download it and post it to the LPM Slack channel?
I will. I'll put it up there.
Nice. Okay,
It's
great.
pretty, yeah. Anyway, that's my go-to song.
wow.
Love that. Andrew
can't
WK.
wait.
I haven't thought about him in a long time. Yeah, you should definitely post that video. I love it.
What's yours?
Mine is Knights of Sidonia by Muse. Yeah, it's like
That's good.
It's like pretty. I mean, it's one of those ones with like kind of a slow build to it, and then like halfway, 60% through the song, there's like a big crescendo, and I feel like when I used to run in my running days, which are long gone, it was a really good running song when I'd get to like I'd need that extra push to like get me home. But yeah, that's my pump up song.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Why that song? Not like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like,
I
I feel like a
know.
lot of Muse songs are pretty banging.
Yeah, I don't know why that one. I feel like it was one of those scenarios where it like wound up on a playlist, like a running playlist at some point in my life, and then it was like, well, I don't know, just like hit me at the right time, and now it's like what I think of. It's like on the short list for like what would your walkout song be when you're a Major League Baseball player. that'll be next episode's icebreaker. You can prep
That'll be
now.
something entirely different.
Yeah, I think it would be different for me too, but it's like in that same vein. But yeah, that'll be next.
What's
next
a
times.
walkout song? You mean when the players walk out
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
field?
When what is Charlie Blackmon's? It's like it's that one that's like I'll think of it later. But he's had the same one for like a million
Many
years.
years,
Yeah.
Did I leave my glasses over there? No.
They're on your face?
Oh, those.
I was like, are they different glasses? Does he need sunglasses?
You know, I didn't ever thought about. I say, man, everything's so clear. It's because I have my glasses on. Never mind.
We're glad you found him.
Yeah.
So great. Oh my god, that was great. I love it. I love it.
On that note,
On that note, let's get into the music. What's up first, Sergio?
the first song, I believe Erik chose it. It is titled Waterfall.
Nope, that's me.
Oh, you chose this.
Yeah, that's
Melanie
okay.
chose it. Waterfall. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I thought you were talking about Snarky Puppy too. No, that
I
must
don't
have just
think I
been
was.
that must have just been you. Okay.
Okay.
So the first song is Melanie, who chose Waterfall, remastered in 2009 by the Stone Roses.
Yeah, I'll just give the preface of, so this was originally recorded this album came out in 1989, so that's why it's like a remastered version, because it was like the 20-year anniversary or whatever. Or not 20, 30-year anniversary. Bad math, right? I don't know. Anyway, but it's it has like sort of some interesting things about it that I'll talk about later, but that's just the basic overview. So let's just listen to it.
Okay.
Today's the day she swore to steal what you never could own, and race from this hole she calls home. Now you're at the wheel. Tell me how does it feel? So good to have equal eyes, to lift up the lids of your eyes. As the miles they disappear, see land begin to clear, free from the film and the storm. This American satellite's warm. She'll carry on through it all. She's a waterfall. She'll carry on through it all. She's a waterfall. See the steeple climb, the hills as old as time, soon to be put to the test, to be whipped by the winds of the west. Stands on shifting sands, the scales of her hands, the wind it just whips her in waves, and fills up the brigantine sail.
Yeah, so Waterfall came off of the self-titled album Stone Roses. I mentioned it came out in 1989. So Stone Roses were out of Manchester. They were sort of part of the Manchester movement of the 80s, which was kind of a lot of like dance rock, sort of psychedelic club, lots of drugs. But they, what's kind of fun about this song is, so they have a lot of hits off of this record. It's considered one of sort of the best records of that era. But this one, what's kind of interesting about it is that the song that comes immediately, I think I was telling you guys about this last time, but the song that comes immediately afterwards is this song in reverse, but with different lyrics. And what's kind of interesting about it, and it's if you listen to the whole album, like they go one right into each other. But what's kind of fun about it is that they, initially when they recorded it, obviously they didn't know how to play it backwards because they were just playing the recording backwards and then singing different lyrics over it. But with time, they actually learned how to play it backwards to play it live. Because in the 80s, when like it came out, like there's not a lot of, I don't think there's a lot of like records of them playing it live. But when they reunited, like in the mid 2000s, they started playing it live. And there's actually like, I think there's a couple of YouTube videos where you can see them like rehearsing it, which is kind of cool. But this is sort of interesting that they kind of had to do that. Apparently they did it with other songs too, but I don't know of any others other than like those two. But yeah, they sort of like this particular song, like the lyrics are kind of like they're like sort of motivational. They're sort of talking about a woman who's like, probably like getting out of maybe a not so great situation. And sort of like moving on to something bigger and better, which is kind of cool, and having to deal with all of the like uphill battle of that. But yeah, they have like a lot of influence from more psychedelic British rock. I think one of the producers on this album, I think, produced a Pink Floyd album as well. But their like lyrics are not necessarily in this one, but some of their other songs are kind of fun and cheeky, sort of like the Smiths, which is like sort of similar era. But yeah, I mean, I think this one's fun. I like the sort of like droning of the guitar. It's kind of neat and like that psychedelic sense. What I find also very interesting about this song is that like the lyrics stop and then there's just like this big long like instrumental ending to it, which is kind of different than what typical pop songs kind of have. Yeah. Thoughts?
I don't know why in my head I kept thinking of Karma Chameleon. Like I think maybe it sounded very similar to it. I don't know why. Like the chorus kind of sounded like it. I don't know, but maybe I know I'm way off. I don't know. That was just got in my head for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, if you hear it, it doesn't mean it's not there. But
it was good. I've never heard what you said, psychedelic British rock.
yeah, I mean, I think it's sort of British dance kind of rock from the 80s with like some psychedelic sort of influences. Yeah.
I was hearing Nick Drake.
Oh, yeah.
And like Nick Drake speeded up with really loud guitars,
Yeah.
but it sounded like a different kind of British pop, maybe definitely some Pink Floyd, maybe even some Roxy music in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah. So, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. I hadn't heard it before.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fun. I think I read somewhere too, like that weird sort of rambling ending of the song being compared to The Who a little bit, like at the end of My Generation. Yeah. Apparently they've been, like, I've never seen them live or anything, but I saw in some other place that they're compared to them sometimes in their live performance of The Who. Which is kind of interesting because I don't know if they're like that loud or, but yeah, cool. Anyway, but yeah, British rock from the 80s.
I think I'll need to listen to more of their stuff because I never listened to anything like this or have listened to really music like this in the past. So I think it's a good way to introduced me to the 80s British rock
Yeah.
psychedelicness.
Yeah. She Bangs the Drums, which is the one that comes right before this, I think, on the record, is a really good one. That one's kind of classic. Elephant Stone is another classic one from them.
Is there a greatest hits or best of?
I'm
album?
sure there is. I don't know for sure, but I would be surprised if there isn't. I feel like I saw one on Spotify today, maybe when I was browsing through. They also do a song called Elizabeth, My Dear, which is basically just fully rips the melody from Scarborough Fair, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, anyway,
Cool.
I could go on for a while, but but yeah, that's it. Cool.
It's your group. That's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next up is Erik. I got this one right. The song is titled Broken Arrow by Snarky Puppy.
I've been listening to a lot of sort of British funk bands like Ezra Collective and Nubian Twist, and somehow I went back to Snarky Puppy. They're an American group, about a dozen guys, and I like their music. So play it, we'll talk. So I want to say that this is kind of atypical for this band. It's a lot mellower, actually. Their stuff is usually has more of a sort of hard funk, more percussion edge. But I was listening to this album again. This is a great album. And listened to this and said, yeah, that'll do for the day. And they're supposed to be really great in performance. Unfortunately, I missed them. They were here. They were at Chautauqua, of all places,
Oh, wow.
last fall, but I didn't find out about it till it was too late, and it would have been incredible to see there. But they've got a pretty complete discography, and I like their music. So I heard that and said, yeah, I'll do that one. That's a good song.
Yeah, I would love to see them live. That was is this a live album? I mean, there was
Yeah.
applause at the end, so I'm assuming yes that they're all
Well,
like
it was just
that.
guys in the studio.
Yeah, right. But I mean, it's kind of impressive because it sounds so well produced for something that's so live. Which I mean, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it has that like grittiness of sometimes live records have. But I think what I really enjoyed about it was I feel like I say this with a lot of music that we play here, but like the layering of it is just really cool. I just like sort of listening to the journey of the song, right, that it kind of goes through. I also really love kind of the mix of acoustic instruments and electronic instruments. I think that's really cool. I love that kind of like that play, I suppose. My favorite part was definitely the like keyboard solo, like 3/4 of the way through. Really, really enjoyed that. And I kind of like how they sort of reference it again at the end, kind of in a trade-off with the horn section, which is very cool. Yeah, how many people did you say are in it?
A dozen.
A dozen? Yeah, you can tell. I mean, it sounds like there's a massive amount of people in that group, so that's great. I also really loved like there was like an electronic organ in there at some point, but it's just like it's one of those ones where some of those songs where it's like, you know, like it's like they threw everything into a bowl and you're like, how's this going to be good with all these? And then it just comes out and it's great.
It's got some yacht rock elements to it.
It reminded me of like something my dad would listen to, like Spyro Gyra or something like that. There was like some, so like, yacht rock. I can definitely hear that. But yeah, definitely when you were talking about like listening to funk and then you played this, I was like, oh yeah, this is not what I was expecting. But you said it's sort of not the norm for them.
Yeah, almost everything they do is harder than this.
Yeah.
But this is good.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, for a song that was, I think the longest on the show, it was like 7 minutes.
7 minutes,
seconds.
yeah, which is like maybe the longest I've ever done, I think. Yeah.
But it did not feel like it was 7 minutes, and I just kind of wanted
I'm
to
surprised
keep
by that. Yeah.
listening to it and keep it going. I think I'll echo some of what Melanie said about like in the like mix of electronic stuff with acoustic stuff. And I love the organ. I think anytime there's an organ in a song, it's so sexy. I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know. I loved it. It kind of reminded me of, I had to remember the Bombay Dub Orchestra, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit of that. That was, I think, the first song you ever played on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good.
Cool.
Yeah, they're out of Texas. They tour a lot, and I'm hoping they're coming back.
Yeah, that's definitely one that would be great to see for sure. Cool. Nice.
Cool.
All right, last up.
All right. I'll save my comments for after we listen to the song. But my song is called Boogie Woogie Mamacita by the Tejas Brothers.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Boogie woogie mamacita, I wish you'd dance with me. I've been waiting here so long for the band to play a slow song. Boogie woogie mamacita, I like the way she moves when she's moving across the dance floor. Every step just makes me want more. Spanish cutie, I like the way you shake it, but this boogie woogie's got my heart a-breaking. 'Cause it's true, I look just like a fool trying to keep up with you. Boogie woogie mamacita, she didn't have a clue that I paid the band to play it slow. I should have thought it from the get-go. Boogie woogie mamacita, I finally made my move and I made sure that our eyes met. As I walked up to her, I said, "You must be tired, sugar. How's about a slow dance? And after that, why don't we boogie woogie romance?" That's the way I stole her heart away, my boogie woogie babe. She's mine now. Taking her back home. Let me show her some of my moves.
So let me tell you how I ended up at Boogie Woogie Mamacita.
What is the journey to this song?
I feel like since the last podcast episode, I forgot what music I was listening to, but it was all crappy. I don't know. I didn't like any of it. And then the Enrique Iglesias album came out, and I was hopeful that I was like, oh, maybe I'll play a song on it. But his whole album sucked, and I just got really depressed.
take.
I got really depressed from
He's
like a
old
music.
now.
Oh no, I got really depressed from like a music standpoint, and then I just tend to gravitate back towards stuff that I like. So I did on Spotify a song radio to Guacamole by the Texas Tornadoes, which is one of my favorite songs. And this came up. So this is, Boogie Woogie Mamacita. That's how I ended up at the song. By the Tejas Brothers. Their signature style is Tex-Mex honky tonk.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Very small monthly listeners, according to Spotify. Things like under 3,000. This came off a single, I think, in 2022, maybe. They're originally from Fort Worth, Texas, and I think they just play down in Texas. And I just love the honky tonkness, if that's a word, of it all. The lyrics are very fun, and the title. I mean, Boogie Woogie Mamacita. Can't get better than that. That's it for me.
I was just imagining dancing to that, but then the lyrics kept on intruding. I had to keep laughing because it was a pretty funny song.
Yeah.
But I liked it. It's perfect, that sort of mix, that Tex-Mex, boogie mix, and you can dance to it.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah, so very good.
Yeah, I definitely was like kind of dancing a little bit in my seat over here, for sure. But I think, I like the sort of the melding of the genres. I also think it's like the perfect length of the song. Like, I feel like it's not too, it's like when it finished, it was like, yes, that was great.
I wanted another verse of
really?
those lyrics.
I thought it was great. It was like when you have like, for me, it's like, when you have like just the right amount of like something really delicious. And it was like, that was perfect. Didn't need any more, but I had just the right amount. Loved the like guitar solo at the end. That was also really fun. I feel like this band would be very fun to see live. All of our Texas fans should go see them live.
And shout out to our tech fans in Fredericksburg, Texas.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Go see the Tejas Brothers.
So I mean, I thought it was really fun. I liked the mix of genres and danciness of it. Have you listened to anything else by them since finding it?
They have I think an album that came out in 2023. One of their most popular songs called "Don't Be So Mean," and I was actually listening to that today again. It's really good. It's a fun. I don't know. I like Tex-Mex in general. I think it's a fun genre of music. So
Cool. That was a good mix today, guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job, everybody.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode. Unless anybody has anything else to share.
I think we're good.
You think we're good? All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hello to all of our new fans out there. I know we've got a couple, so thanks for listening. And don't forget, if you have something you'd like us to listen to, you can leave a comment on YouTube or email hello@longwentpublicmedia.org. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
I'll wear my glasses too.
Yeah. Bye.